Hello and welcome to episode 24 of our Timberborn Update 5 playthrough with the Iron Teeth faction here in cycle 37, day 8. Last time we started recovering from our bot crisis, but we've got a long way to go. You'll notice we only have 38 active bots right now, and that's going to be a problem considering how much of our stuff is predicated on bots being fully functional and, well, present anywhere on the map. We've got an entire district that's just bots, which as of right now has 17 open jobs because, well, most of those jobs are unable to be filled because the bots have to be in the main district to make more bots and do all sorts of other fun stuff. But it's not all bad news because we do have 44 unemployed bio-beavers we can shove back into these jobs if we so desire. But another thing to keep track of here is all of our bad water discharges we started building last time. We got 2 in. And this one is still waiting on over 100 metal blocks to finish. And then we also have this 4th one up here, but we're not going to mess with this right now. It's just way too far away. So we'll see what they're able to handle with this, but we might have to pause this to try and save some metal so we can make some additional bots, because we are just hemorrhaging bots at the moment. Very, very, very hard to keep up with those. Right now I have a couple bot factories paused. We're making the chassis because we have 196 of these. But I do have the one making the heads, which unfortunately needs metal blocks and gears that it cannot get. And this is one that was making the chassis that was paused. Heads is paused on this one, but I have 2 of them making the limbs, theoretically, when there's actually bots to make them. So I think what we're going to have to do is start having these be actually bio-beaver powered once again, like this guy is. We just need more of everything, and it's kind of become this huge problem because everything was so thinly balanced. One tiny little problem just completely upset the apple cart, and then here we are all this time later, and stuff is just not going well. So we're going to have to make some interesting decisions here, because we definitely need more gears, we need more smelters, and we need all sorts of other fun stuff. We just don't have the resources for it. So it's all sorts of fun. And on top of all that, we can't make any metal if we don't have any metal, well, scrap metal stored. We have 9 in Beaverburg 13. All of our scrap metal's coming from here, the district that only has 4 bots currently working. And at that, the scrap is rapidly depleting, and we have yet to build underground ruins here because, well, we kind of can't. It's flooded. We got to pump it out. We have to put levees around this and everything, and that's just not gone well. But we do have some scrap available over here. We would just have to have some beavers come and take care of it. There is simply put a problem here because of the height difference. But I think we could make it work. We just have to come up with some sort of a, I guess, weird solution to get rid of all this stuff. And I think, I don't want to use the metal either. That's the other problem. Is I've got all this stuff I've got to take care of, but we kind of can't. Just because of how everything is laid out. But I'm going to go ahead, put this guy here. If it's going to let me click on it at least. Nope, it decided not to. Alright, there we go. And we're going to have to build all the way up. All the way up. And then back down. But I don't dare use any metal because, well, we have 4 metal. Definitely not an ideal situation. But right here, what we do have is we have the ability to start making ourselves a little staircase that goes all the way down and gets at this scrap metal. That should help solve our problems. It's just going to take a lot of planks, which thankfully we have, and logs, which thankfully we also have. But a very, very ugly solution. But what else are you going to do? You're in crisis mode. You got to solve your problems. So we'll come over here and just put in a whole bunch of these scavenger flags. Actually, we're not cavemen. We have technology. We can turn this 90 degrees and just put a whole bunch of these things in here, because we definitely want to have access to as much of this as we possibly can. And we have armies of unemployed beavers. So that's what we'll do. We'll put in a large industrial pile right here to fill with scrap metal. Set that as a source. And once they finally get around to building the rest of this, we should be okay. So I'm going to prioritize all of this. Get them over here as fast as possible. And that should help solve some of our problems. Assuming these are marked as bio-beavers, which they are. Cool. So that will at least get us scrap metal in here, and then our smelters can work a little bit faster, more efficiently. But the problem we're going to run into sooner rather than later is that we just don't have enough bots to operate this district by itself. But we also removed all of the water and food infrastructure because, you know, this is supposed to be a bot-only district, and it would be kind of a pain to put the food and water back in. So I think we're going to leave this as bots only. We're just going to have to be a little careful about what we do with the stuff being made in this district. Fortunately, we have 2100 extract, so that's not going to be a problem. We have so much bad water, we're A-okay there, and we do have a minimal, I guess you could say, staff of bots in here. I just need to make sure that I have at least one bot over here gathering scrap. And I actually don't know what our priority is here, because I have the one in the district. Oh, no, that's supposed to only be one. Well, he'll be done. I'm going to have one here, one here, one here. Although if I'm not building anything, I could just make that a lower priority job. So that's done. We should... I actually don't know where they're going to have them work in here if they only have one slot. That guy still needs to be done there. Ah, see, we don't need the bad water pumps to be going because we have, you know, 3 entire containers. Yeah, so I should have done this a long time ago. These are already deprioritized. So these guys should be up here. Yes. So they will at least be getting some scrap. I thought about putting in a smelter up here and taking away some of these chargers. I don't think that would be completely unreasonable. We would just have to have enough power, which we don't currently. So we'll see. Yes, we actually could. We could get away with detonating this bit out so the water can flow a little bit more freely. Could go a little bit faster if that's how that's set up. So maybe that'll make a little bit more power, and then I can put in another little bit of stuff over here to put in a smelter so we could export metal blocks. But for the time being, this should help us a little bit, and I think that's going to be a good thing to look forward to here. So let's take a quick stock of what else we want to do today before I get us off of single time speed. We obviously want to enable more bot charging across the map, but we don't have the materials to do any of that, so we're just going to kind of have to put that on hold. We will get there eventually. Maybe, depending on if I can find a good place to put them, we could get into gravity batteries. But again, it takes metal, and I don't want to spend metal on gravity batteries when I can use it on bots. That's the most important thing we could be doing with the metal right now. But we could also try and see if there's any other ways we can optimize our power production. And honestly, I think this is probably fine as it is, but we could possibly be getting some more out of this. I know we've been having the bad water escape through here because we didn't want to flood anything. But presently, it doesn't really seem like this is that much of an issue. Now, I know this is just completely gone here because we were trying to put stuff down that area. But if we raise these all the way up, it might divert a little bit more power through here. And of course, the reason why we would want to even consider doing this is so we have enough to power all of this stuff at once if we connected everything up together. Because, you know, we could, once we have a mine up here, we could actually just have all of our smelting happen up here as well, which would require a substantial amount of power because each of these take 200 HP, and we'd have to have chargers for the bots, and it's all that. So it's definitely something that is worth considering. Has this actually increased our power output at all? Yes, actually. A couple hundred per wheel. So that's cool to see. And since this is just a regular, I guess it calls it mild weather. I've always called it the temperate season. Theoretically, the only way we're going to ever have more than this is during a bad tide, where we're diverting all of our good water from this little spot instead of coming out here, coming over here. At one point, I was going to try and put that out this way, but I did not figure out a way for that to work. There is still a possibility of us diverting the water out this side if we just cut a channel through here. But we just really don't need it for the power generation at this point in time. So that's not something I've been overly concerned with. We have this double dynamite and this other dynamite to get rid of. So we can put in our wooden stairs here, which is going to allow us to detonate this, which is going to allow us to put another set of these water wheels. But remember, we stopped doing this because we had this bot crisis. So we're still going to have this on hold, but we haven't forgotten about it yet. All right, our suspension bridge, or half of one, is complete here. I'm going to go ahead and 3 times speed because we're in the middle of the night. And hopefully they'll be able to take care of this stuff. I think, yeah, that's what they're doing right now. I'm not going to build storages for planks or whatever because that just takes up a lot of time and effort of all of our bots and our haulers and everything. But it's not going to take that long. So we still, well, we have 39 bots up from whatever it was before. Barely. But that is progress. And now I've got, yep, I still have this one up here getting scrap metal, and it should be going up into this area. This is still set to supply, so that's good. Our friend here should only be going back and forth between the scavenger flag. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's just have this guy only go between the flag and the scrap metal, and then the hauler can take care of everything else. That's going to be the most efficient way to do it. Then we can have other haulers in place. So I'm pretty sure that's, yeah, that's what he's going to be doing. So, then he'll go in between here and here. And then here and here. No, now what's he doing? Okay, yeah, I probably should have actually two haulers for this, but can't spare any bots right now. We're still in crisis management mode. So that's fine. Now, how are we looking over here? 124. Okay, we definitely want this one to be done. Because, well, one, it's 2/3 of the way there on the metal blocks, and it's completely finished everywhere else. We need to make sure we have flow during the droughts. That's very important. We don't know whether we're going to get a drought or a bad tide here in cycle 37. And we won't know for another couple of days. But we definitely want to make sure this is flowing, because this is going to give all of our power versus just these up here going by themselves. Would still give us power, but would not give us quite as much, and not in that many places around the map. Because remember, our plan for this area was to go ahead and have a bunch of bot chargers here as well. And the amount of gears we're going to need to put all of our high power shafts, well, I guess it's really only 2. I guess I could do this. Could get away with that. Just put this right, because this is generating 430 HP, which would be more than enough. It's the charging stations that are going to kill this, though. That's why I'm not going to build that, but I did want to make sure this was up and running. We just have so much stuff to do all at the same exact time. And that's what's unfortunate. These guys are all just waiting on planks to come in. Fortunately, we've got plenty of haulers. We've got, I don't know, 30, 40 of these, 50 of these bio beavers being haulers. I could build additional hauling posts, but I think we're probably okay right now. Plus, they take resources. Although it's really not that many. I don't know. I feel like if I don't, people are going to flame me for not utilizing all of the beavers, so we might as well go ahead and put in at least one more. Because I don't really have too many spots up here to do it. And I don't really want to put one up here. Although it might not be the worst place ever. It'd be alright. Still not quite there with the stairs, but we're getting there. We're making progress. Yeah, see, now we're down to 37 bots. That's the problem. You just cannot keep up. That'll help big time. And in fact, if this isn't... okay, well, that still is kind of flooded. I would be worried about the haulers here. How much power are we making now? Whoa, yeah, 17 something a piece. That's what I'm talking about. What about this guy? Yep. Okay, so they're actually making the same amount of power despite being different heights. That's, well, more or less the same amount of power. That's 1759, 1760. Oh, it just keeps going up. Huh. All right. Well, that answers that question. I had some people in the comments say, hey, why'd you do this? You shouldn't have it separated by height. Like, it doesn't matter. Make the same amount of stuff anyway. And as long as it's not flooding, that's the main thing. Because these are, if I can get them to go away. I don't know why Update 5 doesn't let me use my scroll wheel for this. The other ones work just fine. Alright, so it's not going to actually show me exactly what I want. But it's very, very close here to overtopping. We don't want that. Oh, and I also got told about the red arrow that I never, ever used. So, now we know that's a thing. I am going to, seeing how this is shaping up here, I'm going to put this back down to a height of 1 so the water can still flow over it so we don't have that big of a problem. There's just so much to do all at once. Mass chaos. Oh, yes. Glorious. Now we're actually getting scrap metal. I'm going to prioritize that. So now these guys are definitely going to eat through this real quick. But we can make it happen. That'll be fine. As soon as they're actually going to build this. I don't know, probably should have this be multiple districts, but I don't really like messing with that. Alright, now that is prioritized by hauler, so these guys just have to go choop, 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 choop. And there you have it. Now our crisis of scrap metal should be gone. We just have to make sure that the smelters are fed by the haulers, which I have no reason to believe they wouldn't be. So that's something to be excited about. And I would just connect this right here, but I don't want to get beavers contaminated because they're still working as the haulers right now. Don't really have any good way to get around that because of the way this is structured with these floodgates, unless I were to make just a bypass for this. Which I guess... oh, no, that's too tall. I guess I could. There's not really any reason not to. So if we did that, then I could have this be all the way up here. Why is there just a random hole here? That's, did I do that? I might have actually done that. I don't remember. Well. If we can connect all this, I think that's going to probably help a little bit. As long as it keeps them out of the water. The bad water. The water that is bad. Then we should be in okay shape. You can just go through here. Yeah, that'll be fine. I could have it a little bit better connected on this side, but it will suffice for now. Yeah, still takes 4 hours to make 1 block of metal is definitely a problem. But now the other issue is, where do I put additional smelters? I don't really have room for it over here. The way that I've had this set up. I would have to have a different place entirely to put those, or just do it in this district, but I don't have the bots to do it, and we're still very, very, very low on the amount of bots we have. Down to 35 now. All right, I was going to check construction progress, 168. All right, we haven't gotten our warning for drought or bad tide yet, so I think there's a good chance we can actually finish this. So I want to get it done. But I also can't help but wonder, should we have used these metal blocks to make other stuff? I don't know. You're always going to have somebody advocating for either side of that argument. So you might as well just kind of do what you're doing and figure out from there. That being said, we only have 25 metal blocks left, so I think we're reasonably close. Not going to be that much of a problem. And even if we get our warning tomorrow in-game, I think we still stand a pretty good chance of having this finished by then. At the rate they're bringing these things in. And with the bots working 24 hours a day. So, we can leave that alone for right now. Bio Beavers getting thirsty. Probably should have water drinking stations set up in different places, but this was never intended to be permanent anyway. We do, however, have a decent amount of haulers present, so... see, nope, that takes gears. That's the problem. I really shouldn't be using the gears like that. Alright, another drought. Not a bad tide. Man, we're never gonna find out if this actually stops bad tide badness from spreading. It's conspiring against us. I doubt we see another drought or bad tide cycle in this episode, unfortunately, based off of the fact that we're already 21 minutes in, and we haven't even started this drought yet. But we'll see. At least we've got scrap metal. That's for sure. Now we could, because of the water flow here, we could probably pretty easily put in a water wheel and a couple of smelters here. But I don't think that's what we want to be messing with here. Now it would be really, really stupid if we had bio beavers bringing material to the sites here. Fortunately, I don't think we've ever seen that happen. At least not this time around. And every time I post about do haulers bring stuff to building sites, I get two different answers every single time. Some people are going to claim, like, look at this guy. He's bringing it. He's bringing it. So guess what I'm going to have to do? Because now that he's here, I'm going to have to remove this path. So he can't go this way. And by remove this path, I mean remove this platform entirely. Do we have a, we have a bot here. So I kind of can't. I love this game. This idiot's going to get himself poisoned. He's the only one. Because he works... Oh, he works at the... Why is he bringing this from the lumberjack flag? What are you doing, man? You came from... You absolute buffoon. You came all the way from over here to carry logs to a construction site? Why? Why? Your thing is prioritized by haulers. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? Are you bringing it to here? Yes. Okay, good. But why? You should not be doing this. You are not a hauler. Mechanistry, what are you doing? He works here on the other side of the map. His building is prioritized by haulers, yet he was the one bringing it to the other side over here. Make it make sense. Or actually, it was over here. Make it make sense. That's very dumb. Anyway. Moving on. Now that this is set up, I think I'm going to get rid of this double platform. And I'm actually going to put another floodgate in here once this is all said and done. But we'll not be hyper-focusing on that, at least not right now. Yep, now we have 34 bots because one's incapacitated. We can't win. We literally can't win. So this is prioritized, that's prioritized, that's prioritized. But it doesn't have all of the bot heads because we can't make all of the bot heads. And why can't we make all the bot heads? I can't even click on the buildings. Come on. That one's making limbs. This one should be making heads if I can click on it. Come on. Jeez. Seriously? Gonna make me excavate this stuff. Oh, nobody's working there. Alright, well, I guess that solves that problem. I know we have... Oh, it's turned off. Alright, well now that actually is fixed. That's turned off for chassis, don't need that. Prioritized. Okay. I don't know. It just feels like ever since they updated the game last, it just has been completely breaking everything that I've done here, and I don't even know how. It's just very, very small things conspiring to just make it impossible. Anyway, back to triple speed we go. Somebody's out of juice. But hey, we've got scrap metal, and we have a double-digit quantity of metal blocks. So maybe that's going to fix problems. Either that or this is finished, and that's finished. Okay. Well, at least they don't have to come all the way over here anymore, and these are open during the drought, so we will have power coming through. That's good to see. So now, hopefully, maybe we can make some bots, because now we're down to 33. Yikes. That's not ideal. I still have 4 here. And I have none here, which works out because no beavers are contaminated. So that's a good Good problem not to have. Don't you just love when you try to actually, do something interesting and the game demands you to fix stupid problems instead? Anyway, now that that's kind of no longer a thing, I will start putting in these levees here. Well, I'm not going to be able to do all of them at one time. We do need to make sure that this is in the process of actually being constructed, because we're going to have room for our efficient mine, and we're going to have beavers, bots to work in here. And they still haven't gotten this dynamite put in place, which is interesting considering we actually have some here. I guess... Oh! That's right. I took them out of the district center. Alright, well now what do I do? I guess I'm going to have one. Is that going to take them away from... Yep, harvesting. Alright, well... Not ideal, but we do have to actually have this dynamite placed so we can get the rest of this evacuated out of here. But if this is a drought, then this is all going to... Oh, we actually do want that, because then we can work on the construction of this thing. Yes, this is all according to plan and not just a complete coincidence based on my idiocy. Love to see it. Yeah, so we... we definitely want this to completely empty out during the drought, because then we can actually have this built. Let's research... Oh, no, we're not going to have this done. But we can research it, so... helpful if I push the correct keys here. Yeah, that's going to help quite a bit, because we could actually construct a decent bit of this if we were actually intelligent here. So we need storage for planks, and we're going to need storage for gears in this district, and we're going to need storage... Oh no, I've got storage for gears, just a tiny one. This is for metal blocks, that's for gears. I'm going to do one for planks, I guess. Probably should actually be treated planks, since we're going to need so many of them for this. Yeah, 300 gears. And logs, what a fun time this is. Okay. Logs can go in here. I know we already have log storage in this district, but... Actually, where, Oh, I don't need this to be logs. No. This can be like actual gears. That's what that should be. Even though we technically already have storage here. That's fine. We can just make this into the obtain warehouse. Because we will need more than 30. Alright, so yeah, we're cooking here. Alright, so I got rid of that. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that, folks. That is going to be our problem solver right there for having actual metal refinement happen here. 594 when all of these are cooking, which they won't be during the drought, so that's going to give us a good chance, like I was saying, to actually construct this. It won't work while it's flooded, and unfortunately these ruins are going to have to be completely removed before we can actually do anything here. But getting the rest of this in place is going to be pivotal to all this. And look at this. Look at this. It's already drying up. Already drying up. Yeah, so how much is this? 410, 408, 406. Okay, we're going down. Yeah, we're going down here too. But these are, well, the three of them at least are going to continue operating, so that's good news. Now I have 110, 111, 112 metal blocks. We're working on it, folks. Just going to take some time. Very, very slow process. These are 36 hours apiece. But if we can keep them supplied, we're going to be in good shape. Just going to take some time. All right, so now drought. These are done. They're going to continue evacuating all of this toxic sludge out of here. And we'll be able to make some, hopefully, pretty good progress on getting all of this installed. It's just the pesky ruins right here are going to block our corner off, which theoretically, if I do this correctly, I could actually have all of the stuff I need. I could have it all built except this, and they could just get to the outside. I don't know, we got 5 days. If I make this completely paused, we might be okay. It's going to be interesting for sure. Because we could just have containment completely around the sufficient mine, just have the stairs come out of it. Would probably be the most economical solution in terms of materials. But I kind of wanted to put storage built in here to hold stuff like the gears and the treated planks, and then eventually dynamite. I guess it's not going to show us because it hasn't been built yet, but we could do most of that in this vicinity if we're smart of how we lay this out. But it's going to depend on how this is all going to get built. So I don't think we're going to get done during this drought, just because we don't have enough bots to actually, do anything. But we are back up to 40. And we have no power up here. We already knew that was going to be a thing. But we aren't hurting for the scrap. So I mean, they're not using this right now anyway. And there's no power up here. But I don't want to bring bio beavers in because that's going to cause some problems. There's a little bit of outflow that is probably going to have to happen here to get this completely empty. But it's pretty close. Okay, there it goes. So now, in theory, this should completely dry up if the bad water sources are not actually bad water sourcing. Or maybe they just have that area of effect even if they're not emitting anything. I don't know. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to speed run these 2 levees, or 2 columns of levees, because then we can build out from the corner, and then we could at the very least just have this thing completely sealed off. Even if this one corner piece isn't a levee, it's not going to let water in. So that might actually be our best option here. And if we get this column in, we can put this one in, and then, well, I could do all of this at the same time, but we really have to have these two bits done, and we're going to be a little hard-pressed to make that happen based off of how this is set up. I got 4 bots here. I'm going to have one of the district crossing. Not going to get away without that. But now I've got 41 total. Can I spare any from this district? See, I really don't think I can. Unless I have the bio beavers working here to make the metal blocks. I don't know that that's going to be an issue because we're not going to be using metal blocks in this district. Outside of making more bots, which is at a set speed and cannot be improved. So, bot heads. Okay. That's prioritized, and it's fully stocked. It's just a slow process. It's 18 hours to make one. And since it's a bio beaver, it takes an entire day. So really, this needs to be automated. Which means I'm going to have to take a bot from somewhere else. But that's chassis turned off. Chassis turned off. Come on. Yeah, that's probably what our problem is having that set up. So maybe I just unautomate the scrap metal. Seems, not the scrap metal, the refinement, since that seems to not be as much of an issue. So now I've got a couple extra, it's not extra bots. They are, they're just going to work in the builder's huts, but these are lower priority buildings. So in the interest of actually accomplishing something, if I have 8 bots come into this place and I have them work in the district center, then we might actually be in decent shape here. As long as that is the priority job, which hopefully it becomes one. So then I can get this taken care of here. I think that's what we should be striving for. Okay, good. That's in place. So that's a win right there for at least that little bit. We got 2.8 days left. Can I get this completely filled in? Oh, also the little spiderweb nastiness has gone away, so that's good to see. And this is just like the world's worst reality show. Like, will they finish this in time? We all know the answer is no, but it's still fun to take a look, see if that's even possible. Yep, still working here. I'm glad I connected this, because that's definitely definitely nice. Let's get rid of... I should have done that backwards because they're not gonna get this. All right, can I cheese it with this? No. All right. All right, work with me here. All right, they can grab that now. That's fine. Oh, I really should have had this one. Really should have put this one here too. Oh well. Not going to be that big of a deal. This can flood. I just don't want bio beavers walking down here. Another problem for another time. Up to 42 bots. Recovery or something else? We'll see. I'm just so glad this works though. That was going to be such a huge pain if that wasn't the case. Food-wise, still looking good. Water-wise, still looking good. Yeah, it's just unfortunate these guys can't charge up here. That is definitely going to cause some problems. But now this is in the process being done. I need to get this back other corner finished here. And then once this one's done, I can put that in place. Yeah, the problem we're going to run into is up here. I'm going to have... I guess I could just do this right now. I'm going to have a levee here. The way this is set up. And just hope this doesn't flood. At least for right now. We can always, we can always do this differently later on. But I think that's, yep, okay, there we go. That's now going to go here. Because I'm going to have the stairs come down here and then up again here. But I can't build anything right here because, well, there's scrap metal in the way. So we just got to get these last couple of super hidden pieces put in place before we can do anything else. 1.8 days, not going to happen, but we're going to do our best because that's all we can do. Now, why do I still only have 4 bots? I was supposed to have a minimum of 8. Ah, it's holding them back because of the artificial minimums over here. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to have that go all the way down to 1. Okay. District. I really probably should just get rid of this entirely. Well. We have enough bots being built that now this is no longer an issue because this is the same amount of bots we had in this district to begin the episode. But now they're actually going. So that should be good. They should not be working in any of these. I thought I saw something, but I guess I was wrong. Yeah, I got those 4 workers here. I guess they're just doing what they got to do. 6 out of 12, 0 out of 12. Yeah, this backside is going to be the hard one. Going to be the hard one. How much wood do we even have in this district? 349. Okay. So I still only have the 6 bots. Are they just slow getting down here? That's probably what it is. Or are they? Oh, they're incapacitated. Well, there's 2 chargers. So I guess they got to do what they got to do. But now I'm like emotionally invested in this. Oh, there's no reason for them to have to go up that way. No. We can fix that. We can fix that. They should not have to climb the stairs. That was dumb. All right, well, that's done. That's a good thing. That's almost done. I kind of forgot they can walk through the ruins. That's actually super convenient. Well, for us, at least. All right. 0.9 days. Not going to make it happen. But we're going to be close. Going to be close. All right, so I've got 4 working here. I've got 2 working here now. I think that should help getting materials up here to the construction sites. These guys are hopelessly lost now. I guess what I can do is I can actually pause these second levels because we're not really going to need those so much. We just need these bottom pieces. That's the crucial thing, is getting the bottom pieces put in. So now I can actually have these 2. Yeah, I just need... I know we have half a day. It's not going to work. Not going to work. We'll have to wait for it to dry out, but... If I had just done that the first time, Probably would have been a lot smarter. Oh well. Not anything you can really do about it now. You just work with what you got. Make it happen. Yeah, 9 out of 12. If this wasn't so far away, it would probably be easier. Alright, yeah, I've got 4 here, 4 here. Nobody in the district crossing, cry about it. We've got enough wood. I know, 0.3 days left. Oh, you're not going to finish. I know. I know. This is my fault. Planning poorly. But it sure is going to be something when this is finished just in time to have this be completely full of bad water. You'd love to see it. You absolutely don't, but at the same time you kind of do. All right, 0.1 days. Oh, can they at least get... No, they're not going to get that. Not going to get it done. Not going to get it done. Were you guys taking a coffee break or what? Let's go. Let's go. You got 0.1 days. You got like an hour. You got like an hour and a half to get pieces in here. No matter what you do, it's not going to be enough. All right, and drought's over. So, we tried and did not succeed. But hey, this one's done. Yay. Now, it would just be a perfect ending to this saga if a stupid bot got stuck in this square here. Oh, come on. Come on, come on, come on. You can get this finished before the bad water comes in. They're not going to do it. It's oh, come on, man. Really? 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 You couldn't get this done? All right, good. Now I get to complain about this one flooding. All right. Well, that's something, all right. Yay, it's flooded. Woohoo, wasted effort, wasted time. That's the way it goes. That's life. That's showbiz, baby. Well, it's not going to be super deep. It will dry out eventually. But we're not going to be able to have this going in this episode anyway, so no use getting super upset about it. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, and by the ranch I mean Beaverburg 13, we now have 38 bots. And it does seem to be working slightly better. It's just, again, takes time to catch up. All the sins of the past come back to haunt you later. Real life and in the game. But I digress. We've got a decent bit of progress here. And the fact that these 3 are fully done is something that we can be pretty happy about. We survived another drought. We've got plenty of metal harvesting happening here. And our bio beavers are actually being employed, which is nice. We just have to, you know, fix all the rest of our problems, which don't all happen at the same time. But, hey, this is completely sealed in now. Woohoo! Just in time to be completely flooded. But the good news is now that this is completely blasted through here, this should not overtop these barriers. So for right now, I think we want to just leave this like it is and just have a staircase here. If it gets much higher, then obviously we're going to want to take care of that. But now we can actually start too far from a district. You don't say. It's because there's no stairs connecting to it. But bump the microphone. I'm sure that was nice and loud. But we'll get this taken care of. They still haven't gotten. Well, that's probably also because I insisted on having all of this other stuff taken care of. But looks like that is once again functioning. Even if it is a little bit dysfunctional, it is slightly working. All right, now industrial output here. We don't have a ton of gears, but it is going up. Planks are what we're pretty out of now, which is unfortunate. Down to 90. We had a lot of planks. Well, I also did pause these, so we can unpause them. Get them making more planks again. We're probably going to need to have some more industrial lumber mills, but yeah. What can you do? It's just one of those things. You solve one little problem at a time until it becomes a big problem. And then, well, you go from there. subdivide into other problems. But look, we got 51 bots. Finally clawing our way back out of this ridiculous self-manufactured crisis. You love to see it. And we have tons of food, tons of water. So that's all looking very nice. Now I think we are finally at the point where I can put in a couple of charging stations here, like was the original intent of all of this. To charge some bots and then have plenty of power for other recreational pursuits over here. Like, let's not forget, I've been trying to build wind tunnels for the past 3 or 4 episodes over here, and it just has not worked. Absolutely has not worked. And we also have mud baths we can get into, but that comes along with terraforming, which, as of this most recent update, update 5, that is, no longer has to be done by bots. So we have plenty of opportunities to get into different technologies. We just haven't really done that because it's just been crisis management mode this whole time. But hey, now this charging station is complete. I'm going to go ahead and put in a couple more over here. I do want to have, I don't know, probably at least 5 in this area. So I will put those out because we want to make sure the bots can charge almost anywhere on the map. It's just one of those things we were kind of having a hard time keeping up with because, well, we didn't have any metal. But look at us now. We have 200. So that's okay. What we can't do yet is turn the dynamite back on. So I've been kind of reluctant to finish blasting this out, not to mention they kind of can't get to most of this. But we can slowly start solving that problem by putting the staircase in here. That should be okay. Did we ever get... Yes, we did. Okay. Get rid of that. Then I can put another triple floodgate in because we really want to make sure we can adequately control all of this. I think this should be fine, just having this triple floodgate right here. And then that means that... Oh yeah, this is probably going to flood again. But... not the end of the world. I just have to figure out how to get the rest of this exploded out. And hopefully no beavers getting contaminated, because that would be... well, that would not be a good time. We'll just say that. I could just put levees here along this edge. Might be the smart thing to do, so we could, you know, actually use some of the space. Flatten this down a little bit, but we're not quite there yet. We have the wood, so why don't we actually do that? We don't have to live in fear of all the bad water coming in. Yeah, that should be okay. Should be idiot-proof for the beavers, too. All right, we got 5 chargers over here, and we are putting the rest of this dynamite in place. That's good to see. And I'm going to, before we get too excited, I am going to detonate this down as well, this little corner here. And this 5x5 space right here, I think, is going to be perfect fit for a wind tunnel. Now, obviously, the staircase isn't going to fit exactly where I want it to, but you know, we can make some use of this space, have some fun with it. I don't know if we're going to get it done before the end of this episode, but hey, I've been trying to do this for a couple times now, and I really want to make sure we at least get, you know, somewhat close to it. So they will put this in place now. That should be fine. The metal amount continues to go up, and we actually have grease stored, which is nice. We probably should go ahead and put in a small storage here for grease, but I don't want to put it somewhere where it's going to block power from going anywhere else. So that's going to be a fun thing for us. I guess I could blast this down right here, just these 3, and then I could put it right at the end of the path because we know nothing else is going to go that way. But that's also how I'm going to get... this is so complicated. Vanilla is a brain exercise. Truly. I'm surprised how much scrap metal's left here. That was quite a bit of stuff, and they've been at it for a while. But now we have... yeah, we're bringing the logs in slowly. Going to get the gears in place. This doesn't really need to be the biggest priority. We probably should just be, you know, getting the rest of this actual scrap metal. But that's probably fine. I am going to take this down to 2 bots. So that way we can have 2 in the hauling post, 2 in the district center, the 1 in the crossing, and then the rest of them can continue working up here with the scavenger flags. That should be okay, because we have tons and tons and tons of bad water. We are monitoring the status of the extract, but still at 1600. We're fine. We don't have to worry about this yet. And dynamite, for the time being, is still okay as well. Now, where was I? Over here. That's right. I'm just going to set this off. There we go. So I believe the best option for us is going to be route the power around here and then have at the end of the path the grease. Seems like that would make the most sense. So if I have this go... Oh, do I even want to go up that way? I guess I probably have to go up that way. They can reach that just fine. This is going to have to be a straight power shaft, but I'll let them build this corner first. Then right here is where I will put the grease. Just at the very end of the path. This is ready to go, so let's knock that down. Beautiful. That's going to be done. And now if we go to our fun, wind tunnel can fit quite nicely right here. I imagine the power input is going to be right in the center of the side based on how this is set up. So I might actually want to... oh, that's going to be a pain. How do I want to go about this? Should I just leave a slot at the back? Oh, and I can't even connect directly. Why did I do it this way? This was dumb. So maybe I should, I don't know. I don't really like that either. I was going to take the last outside edge of this. I guess I could unplant this and just have this whole thing come down. That might be the better option. Then I could actually put this back here in the corner, which means I could, yeah, I think that would work okay. I just have this come in the back side here. Yeah, that could go easily like that. And this would definitely not be the most beautiful thing in the world, but it would be functional. And you know our motto, if it's stupid and it works, then guess what? It's not stupid. They should be able to build everything. I'm pretty sure, but I will just make sure this is put in place here anyway. Hey, I really want to have this up and running before we're done with this episode so I can feel like I actually accomplished something. So this put in place, that put in place. I'll put in one more of these. Yeah, because these don't really take up that much power in the grand scheme of things if this is the only thing that's actually running it. And we can also, you know, have additional ones of these. And I had this paused, so we can have them finish that. That's fine. Yep, can't get to it. Already knew that was going to be a problem, but that's what paths are for. And we'll just quick and dirty hook this up like so. Yes, yes, yes. Building needs power to operate. We're going to have that fixed just as soon as this large water wheel is complete. There we go. And this one is almost done. Just need one more metal block. Looks like that guy is carrying that. Nope, not going to finish it though because that's for quitters. All right, that's done. A small tank. At the end, fill it with grease. Set to obtain. And guess what? It's running at 49%, but the wind tunnel is active, folks. Wind tunnel is active. And I did say that these were going to get relocated, and I didn't really have a great spot for them, so I think what's going to happen is they're going to come down here with the rest of the food processing as soon as that's taken care of. But that is definitely going to be a next time or later bit, because now we have, because these two, wow, look at all this power. Look at all this power. 1,300. This one's only making 450. Make that make sense. But, yeah, I'll take it. I guess now would be a good time to go ahead and set this off. See if that improves our flow at all. Okay, now this is down 200. Why? It's the same with... Okay, whatever. We're still making tons of power. That's fine. Wind tunnel. Hey, look at this. Oh, we had a beaver in there. Not anymore. So I guess we'll see what happens when somebody else comes in. But I did want to have that put in place, and it looks like that's done. So let's put a second one in, because I know we can. That's all the reason you need, right? I want to make sure these guys can access this too. That's why I was unplanting all these kohlrabis, so we can get our staircase to go down, 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 because these don't need to go here. They can just go down. Oh, actually, that's the only way to... Man, who's the genius that designed this like this? It's not what you want. Does this directly connect to that level? I guess it does. Yeah, somebody also... It's like every time I post this, somebody says, hey, you missed a path, and then I can't ever find it. They said that there was a corner connection that I'd somehow missed. But I just don't see it. So I know as soon as I post this, someone's going to say, hey, that you still didn't connect that. Like, well, show me. Give me a timestamp. Give me an actual timestamp that I'm directly looking at the corner. Because I, unfortunately, am stupid and cannot see when stuff isn't connected. Like, if I click on the path, it should give us actual... Yeah, so, like, that's just how this is set up, man. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. Without having the ladders or the whatevers, I can't actually have everything connected to the same spot. That's just not what the vanilla game allows. But hey, these are both working, so you know that's cool. Does this have any grease? It does not. Let's prioritize that by haulers. That should help a little bit. That's making 350. That's making 1480. You know, I'll take it. We've got plenty of extra power to do some other wind tunnel fun. So anyway, all that to say that this staircase is probably not staying like this. So I don't want to commit to blowing this up until we're exactly sure what's going to be happening. Oh, look at these guys. Oh, that's so cool. Oh, of course they leave as soon as I say how cool something is. So that's going to be a problem, I expect. But what I would like to do once these move is I would like to have these stairs come in this way. Because we could go up one here, one here, one here, one here. They should be able to come in right around the bottom of this staircase on the side here. Or thereabouts. I might be off by one, but that would be nice to have this directly connected. But they are working, which is, I guess, more than we could say before. Got 66 bots now, so I think we have officially, quote-unquote, recovered from our bot crisis. Ah, we have unemployed bots. You know what that means. Let's go. Send me to Badwater Creek. Give me my 16 minimum bots here. So now, yeah, yes, sir. And this isn't flooded anymore. Okay. And now we're cooking. Look at us go here. We've got some good stuff done, and of course this is still going to take an entire episode worth of materials gathering. But let's go ahead and mark that for bots. We're going to have to come back in and put in some additional storage next time around, but it is in the process of being made, and the outflow is much better up here. Not generating a ton of power, so we are going to want to put a second wheel in here, but very, 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 very good progress in this episode, even if it was just a little bit frustrating. So that's fine. You know, you stick with something when you get frustrated. You don't abandon it. Well, sometimes there are situations where you probably actually should, but you know, playing a video game about post-apocalyptic beavers building and reclaiming the ruins of the world ravaged by humanity, don't give up on this. It's fine. We can have a fun time problem solving and figuring out all of our different solution stuff. But yeah, that is going to be it for today. Hope you enjoyed. I know I did. This is just a massive improvement from last time. Of course, still plenty more left to do, and we will definitely continue in the next episode of this, which should be on Sunday, I believe, would be when the next one of this is showing up. So don't forget, tomorrow, possibly the finale of the update for Folktales, at least for videos. We might revisit that in a live stream to have a little bit of fun, but that series just needs to be done. It has taken so long, so long to get to the point that it is now, and it's just, we need to move on. But we can go ahead and close out today. Hope you'll join us tomorrow for that episode. And then, of course, you know the cycle. We'll have Water Beavers on Saturday, and then this series back again on Sunday. And then Monday, Tuesday, well, Tuesday would be the start of a new series, which is going to be our Update 5 Folktales should be a whole lot of fun. But yep, appreciate you being here. So as always, I read all the comments. If you have any questions, concerns, just want to say hi, or have any helpful advice you think might, well, help us out here, please do drop it down below. I do read all of them, even if I don't respond or directly mention what you said. I do make sure to take a note of it. I got a little document here where I keep a running tab of what people are asking to do and contributing into different plans for the episodes. So look forward to interacting with you there. Also wanted to take a moment to acknowledge our beard boosters and all of their support, making it possible for me to do these each and every day through the end of the year at least. And just having so much fun with those folks. Very, very thankful once again. Even if you're not part of that, glad that you're here and glad that we get to spend a little bit of time together. So whatever it is you're doing with the rest of your day, stay safe, have fun, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.